Hey guys, how's it going? Today's video will be post pick 150. Who are the guys that you're gonna draft after pick 150? So I think it's pretty easy to draft the first 100 picks. I think the draft for me really starts to get frustrating maybe around pick 150 because you start really second guessing some of your picks and you start wondering if maybe you hate on some guys too much and you might be only looking at the guys that you see play. I think my teams tend to be more nationally guys because I see the Mets play them. So, I'm exposed to those guys in the Reds, guys in the Dodgers. I just, Muncie, like I see them play. I see, you see it, so you have more trust now. I don't see a lot of American League Baseball, so some of those American League guys, I don't have a face to a name. I don't have a name to a face. So, Elvis Andrus, he's pick 151. Never seen him actually play. I've been playing fantasy for a while. Don't think I remember it was Odor in the fight. Yeah, I don't remember Andrews. But guys like that. I'm gonna give you about 10-15 guys I think you should be looking at once you get to pick 150. Right off the bat, a guy who I've been more zoned in on the past couple of days is Archie Bradley. And it's funny because I've had Archie Bradley in my team not last year, but the year before and the year before that. And, he was just like a ratios guy. Maybe he'll get a save every now and then. And he wasn't even on my radar coming into the season because I just thought the Diamondbacks were done ever even considering giving him a chance. But it's looking like he's going to be getting saves this year for the Diamondbacks. So I would definitely target Archie Bradley this year. Post pick 150, man. You're not paying too much for it. It could get you, in a shortened season, it could get you 10 saves. Or 15 saves. What's a third of 40? What's a third of 45? I think you get you 15 saves. My next guy, so my first guy was Archie Bradley. My next guy is Willie Calhoun. I think Willie Calhoun is a great pick. I don't think there's, he's going around Trey Mancini. He's going around J.D. Davis, who I also like. And he's going around Jake Odorizzi and K-Ris Davis. So Mancini's not on the IL. So I don't, that's just crazy. That's how you know you're getting value with Calhoun and J.D. Davis. There were Mancini's getting drafted. Mancini's, I don't think he's playing this year. Draft J.D. Davis and Willie Calhoun. That's value. If you want to wait on shortstop, I think Paul DeYoung is a solid choice because he'll play every day. Also, if you need to fill out your outfield in a 5 outfielder league, I think Adam Eaton isn't a bad choice. But I'll preface that by saying, be careful with Adam Eaton. Maybe make sure you grab Kyle Schwarber before, or a Conforto, Kyle Schwarber. I like Conforto, Schwarber earlier. They're going around pick 100. They're just good raw power, good power strokes. Pick 213, Alex Verdugo. Alex Verdugo. I'm sure you guys all know of Alex Verdugo by now. He was in the Mookie Betts trade. I remember being confused as to why the Dodgers took so long once I seen Alex Verdugo in MLB. He looked like he had confidence. He looked like he had authority at the plate. He looked like he was comfortable there, and he looked like he's been doing it. I think Verdugo is going to be a stud. I think he's going to give you a 290-plus average with 20-plus home runs. I don't know if he's going to get you steals. I think he'll get you 95 runs and 90 RBIs here on out the rest of his career. I think the bat is just there. I think he's the kind of bat where, similar to Willie Calhoun, you can trust it. Verdugo struck out 13% of the time last year. That's insane. He walked 6% of the time, almost 7% of the time. He to strike out that little, his power potential is really at like 25 max, but 20 home runs is definitely possible. 12 home runs last year in 106 games, so that rates out to about 18 home runs. 20 home runs is definitely not crazy. He had a 294 average last year. 43 runs, 44 RBIs. 294 batting average, and you can get him out around pick 213. This next guy, it's going to be Eric Hosmer. I think I talked about him before. But I think the reason I am drawn to Hosmer and another guy going later who I'll talk about is because they're first baseman, and I find myself I don't really want to draft a first baseman until if I can get Hosmer 200, I won't draft a first baseman to pick 200. And it comes down to needing to separate myself with relief pitchers and starting pitchers. And I would love to take Rizzo around pick 50, but I need to take a starter or a RP there. So I can't do that. And I'm not into Matt Olson. In a points league, Carlos Santana, I'll probably end up taking because he's going to pick 100. But there's not, I think maybe Christian Walker around pick 180 something. There's not really a lot of Jock Petersons going later than this. There's not really a lot of guys between first baseman between 100 and 200. It's very weird. It's like they all got pushed back to after 200, but no one between, Mancini's going between 100 200, but Hosmer and them aren't, and Peterson's not. Peterson had 30-something home runs last year. So that's weird. So if you can identify a position, what you should do is you should look at some of these guys that I'm bringing up, especially now that I'm about to bring up because we're at pick 218. And if you like some of these guys, note that and then say, okay, I can wait for these positions and I can address other needs like save stolen bases or home runs or something like that. I can address that earlier. And what it also allows you to do is it allows you to focus on getting the best player earlier in the draft. And because you have guys going late, because you have a first baseman that you'll have here, that means when it's like pick 140 and you have the choice between Julio Urias and then maybe a first baseman, you're not like, oh well, I don't know, if I don't get Carlos Santana right now, there might not be any first baseman left for me. That's what not being prepared will do. And that's what I'm saying when you'll scramble, make a pick you shouldn't have made it, and you would grab that first baseman. When you could grab Urias, wait 80 picks, and get a first baseman here who will probably return 80% of the value Santana returned. David Peralta. I'm a little surprised he's going this late in a standard 5x5 row league. He's like a 290 hitter, 25 homers. I don't know if maybe there was an injury news, but David Peralta, keep that in mind. In a 5 outfielder league, I think it's very important to draft 2 of your guys after round 200 because outfield is definitely the deepest position. The nature of the outfielder is like the first baseman where they're hit first guys. Yeah, you have your center fielders and you have some really good, they're not bad defenders, but look at your outfielders on teams. Those are your sluggers. Your outfielders are your sluggers. They're not your second base and shortstops. And there's 3 of them, so it really does go deep. And I think sometimes this year has definitely been better for me. In the past, I remember I would have all my outfield filled before round 100. And then you're like, wow, I could be getting a guy who's really just as good as the guy I just drafted. Like Marcell Ozuna and all them are really good. So that's why I'm not even really too worried about taking an outfielder until like round 80. If I get one of them in the first round, I like that. But I really think outfield is the easiest position to wait on when it comes to having a lot of high potential options. Yeah, you can wait on every position, but there's like shortstop. If you wait, good luck finding a great shortstop post pick 200. You're not really gonna find any. Nick Senzel, pick 227. I'm not sure what eligibility he'll have in your leagues. I know he'll have outfield eligibility, or he should. They don't even know what position he's playing yet, I don't think, in Cincinnati. So Senzel is only really a guy I target because his minor league numbers show some really good on base upside and some stolen base upside. But I am a little wary of the Reds' playing time breakdown. They kind of have a log jam with Winker, Castellanos. I know they have DH, but they just signed a Japanese guy who's supposed to be really good. So Cincinnati, I like a lot of their guys, but I'm a little worried on playing time breakdown. One of the most important things is that every single guy that is starting in your fantasy lineup is starting every day for the baseball team. I think it is very dangerous to have guys who are starting, 5 days a week, that as your starters, you will really start to lag behind in the numbers. So that being said, this guy is a perfect example of a post 200 pick that will play every single day for a high-powered offense and who has the potential to possibly be a top-of-the-order bat because he has shown such great bat-to-ball skills. And that guy is Luis Arias on the Minnesota Twins. Luis Arias only has one Major League season. In that Major League season, he has played 92 games, and he only has 4 home runs. But he scored 54 runs. So he's definitely on a 90-run pace. This is the craziest part about Luis Arias. And I really can't provide enough context for why this is so amazing. But he walks 9.8% of the time, and he strikes out 7.9% of the time. That is ridiculous. You go on Fangraphs and sort by strikeout rate and see where he sits. He batted .334, and the .334 is impressive. What's even more impressive is the .399 on base percentage. This guy is a top 5 bat to ball. He's up there with it's McNeil, Arias, LeMahieu, and maybe Yelich when it comes to just, obviously Mike Trout. 334 to 399 on base percentage. I'm always drafting Luis Arias, and I don't mind reaching 2-3 rounds for Luis Arias because I don't like a lot of the guys going around pick 180 besides J.D. Davis and Archie Bradley now. So definitely keep that guy name in mind. Second base and outfield eligibility, Luis Arias. Not Luis Urias, Luis Arias. I picked 229.